will be placing in the spotlight
Recording in progress.
reggae artist Kev Kush to reveal the story behind this big story to help understand the culture of reggae music coming from the island of Jamaica. A pleasant
Good,
good afternoon to you, sir.
good.
How are you doing? Greetings, greetings, greetings.
Greetings, greetings. There is appreciation,
There is appreciation,
Everything,
Of course, it's always
everything.
a pleasure having you here as taking time out of your busy schedule in being here, allowing
Yeah,
us to place you in the
yeah.
spotlight, to reveal the story behind your big story, to help understand the culture of reggae music coming from the island of Jamaica. Once again, welcome.
Yeah, man, respect, man, respect.
Yeah, man, respect.
One fan so
Kev
black.
Kush.
One fan so black.
Kev Kush, your story. How did it all started? Take us to the beginning.
Honestly,
Honestly,
speak that story of so much
speak
time.
that story of so much time.
Just for put it in a
Just to put
start,
it in a start,
started from high school.
started
Right?
from high school.
Right. Are you hearing a feedback? You getting a feedback
Are you
from
hearing
me?
a feedback? You getting a feedback from me?
Yeah.
Alright, so it
Alright,
started
so it started
a gang called Kush Gang. Not
gang
really,
called Kush Gang. Not really,
but it was called Kush Gang.
but it was
Right?
called Kush Gang.
Right? Changed my name on Facebook
Changed my name on Facebook,
to Kev Kush, and from
Kev
then,
Kush,
everybody,
and from then,
everybody called me Kev Kush, right?
everybody called me
So
Kev Kush,
that
right?
did up, even though I
So
wasn't on
that did up, even though I
timing,
wasn't on
you get me?
timing.
And after that,
You get me?
I was at the
And after
time,
that,
my love
at the time,
came
my love
from me loving dancing.
came from me loving
Always want
dancing.
my own song,
Always want
right?
my own song.
I went
I,
ahead and recorded
I went ahead and recorded
and dancing that
and dancing
at
that at
your father studio
a
and your
father studio
and your and say, you know you're right, but me not have
and
nothing
say,
right.
you know you're right, but me not have nothing right.
You read, I say, no man,
You read,
stay right.
I said, no,
All right,
I said, no man, stay right. All right, man.
put and we record it and
Put and we
writing,
record it and
writing. As soon as I finish and him hear
as
what
soon
me
as I finish and him hear what me
at the studio, man come back
at
the
the
same
studio, man
push
come back the same
Tyrone
push.
mash up. You need to put
Tyrone myself.
you need to put ah, I can't
Ah,
believe it.
I
I say your
can't
first
believe it.
I
I
say yeah
say,
man.
first, I say, yeah, man.
And from there we tick
And
off
from there, we tick
a
off
progress.
progress.
Right, that's
Yeah,
quite interesting. Of course, you walked us through the opportunity that you got in getting to the studio. For the benefit of our listeners who are there who listening to this interview, Kev Coach, how would you
yeah.
best describe
Yeah.
yourself growing up in the streets of Jamaica?
Well, how more than describe
Well, how
myself.
more than describe myself,
Rough, but more
rough,
humble,
but more humble,
very determined.
very
I
determined.
come from New York
Come
to
from New York,
uh, Jamaica. Yeah.
not Jamaica.
It wasn't a happy town.
It wasn't a happy town.
Growing up, we try to make it
Growing up,
happy.
we try to make it happy.
Yeah, cause
Yeah,
we,
cause we
we grow from young,
grew from young,
so we know what we want out of
so we
life.
know what we
From
want out of life.
we just work together
We just work together
and push forward.
and push forward.
Now, of course, you mentioned that those time back in your early childhood, you describe it as not happy times. Could you please elaborate on that? Because we want to give our listeners a clear understanding
All
as
right,
to where
All right.
you
yeah.
coming from. Do you
No,
know
it's
what I
not.
mean? I think that's
No,
quite
it's not.
important.
I didn't say not a happy
I
time.
didn't say not a happy time,
You know,
you
just
know.
drop
Pardon me.
Just drop
yeah,
a
not a happy
yeah,
tone.
not a happy tone.
Right,
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
So when we say that, like
So when
for
we
instance,
say that, like for instance,
on YouTube, cause
on YouTube, cause
as a king, me never drop my
as a
crown.
king, me never drop my crown.
Puffy,
On Puffy,
streets of my I never
streets
did
of
not.
Moa, I never did not.
Because the street
Oh,
rough.
because the street rough. So we're growing a rough neighborhood. We're growing a rough neighborhood.
Wow. Now, listeners, you heard it from the artist himself. Growing in the streets of Jamaica, the
Yeah,
community, as he
yeah.
clearly described, it was rough. Despite of all those obstacles as a young man you would have faced, what kept you motivated to continue pursuing music?
Honestly, just the music itself.
Honestly, just the music itself.
Uh, when I say I'm a
When I say I'm a
lover, right?
lover,
Yeah,
right?
musical
Yeah,
motive.
musical
Like
motive.
I'll be in a
Like
bad
I'll be in a
moment
bad
and
moment
just run out and listen
and
some
just
song,
run out and listen some song,
and
and
it's like nothing else
it's
exists.
like nothing else exists.
Just that's what motivate me
That's
to
what motivate me.
to
Talk to us a bit about your earlier times recording as an artist. What was that like? Did you change your style at any point? And if yes, what motivated you again to do such thing?
well honestly,
Well,
yeah,
honestly, yeah,
the art is
the
supposed to
art
change,
is supposed to
just start because
just start because
uh just start
uh just start
about the business,
about the
like
business, like the
style,
child,
everything is,
everything
you know,
is,
as time
you know,
goes.
as
So
time goes. So
the thing is, you know,
the thing is,
when I used to
when I
write,
used to write,
I used to write a lot.
I used to write a lot.
May I make sure I write my
May
song
I make
before
sure I write my song before
me can honestly say,
me can honestly say,
written a song for about
written a song for
say about 5 years now.
5 years now.
Yeah, so that's been
Yeah, so
a big.
that's been a big.
Once I have the rhythm, go to
Once
the
I have
studio,
the rhythm, go to the
right
studio,
and there,
right and there,
vibes, and
vibes,
music. It just
music, it
do a
just
full
do a
complete.
full complete.
Behind the scenes in your quiet time, when you take pen to paper, what are some of the things that would have inspired Kev Kush to put lyrics together?
Life, life
Life, life
I've been through,
I've
you know,
been through, you know,
because at the day,
because at the end of the day,
music is a
music
reflection of
is a reflection of
right. So I use
right.
my life
So I use my life
in my music,
in my music,
and that's what inspired
and
the
that's
song.
what inspired the song.
Now, the reason I'm asking that question is to understand, because quite often we hear of songs which is involve gun violence, promoting criminal activities,
Mm-hmm.
etc.
Mm-hmm.
As an artist, would you say it's safe? Those are some of the things that artists would see in the immediate surrounding, and as a result, they would write about it. But from your perspective, would you say that would have a positive impact on the wider audience or a negative impact?
Honestly, in these times,
Honestly, in these times,
kind of
kind of
hard
hard because
we really look at it
we
a lot
really
of
look at it a lot of
for music.
for music.
The artists and the
The
artists
artists and the artists
themselves, right, and
themselves,
thinking
right,
about
and
our
thinking
scene,
about our
right.
scene. Right.
So
So
it's in the artist
it's
control to
in the
kind of
artist's control to kind of
from the public
from the
what's
public what's
happening regardless around.
happening regardless around.
Right, I think we seems to be having a little crackle with the connection on Zoom as I'm not really hearing you very clearly. However, we'll be going for a song break, and when we come back, we'll try to sort out that technical problem there. But in the
Yeah,
meantime, you'll be hearing
Yeah.
the voice of Kev Kush, and the title track is called Dreams. And I really love that song, listeners out there. It is a real song, and it'll be interesting to hear what the artist has to say about such meaningful song.
The root of dreams, because of a feeling on the scheme. Bad mind for some low clean. Get the youth of dreams, because of a feeling on the scheme. No bad mind if it's some low
And if you just joining in or listening to us on Facebook on UBC Radio, my name is Fonsa Black, and I'm talking to reggae artist Kev Kush, and the song in the background is called Dreams. And when we come back, the artist will be telling us more about that song right here on UBC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
No bad mind if it's look clean. Work hard every day for my cheese, yeah.
Alright, well done.
Concept back on the fire is zone. Rich life and success, and me I look for them. Any obstacle I tussle, I just well down. Them try to stop my greatness, but I rookie them. Them always tell my dogs to tell me what's a friend. You me not pretend, family me calling them. Loyalty has surround me like an oxygen. To fake friend I real Charles coming out to them. Happy goes off the billing of the scheme. No bad mind if you see me look clean. Work hard every day for my dreams. Work hard every day for my dreams. Happy goes off the billing of the scheme. No bad mind if you see me look clean. Work hard every day for my cheese, yeah.
This your girl Empress Future representing for Fancy Block on UVC Radio. Keep it locked.
We have to fly like a lot, you know what? Dog, we are chase millions. Top speed bring couple billions. Dog, we are lead them a billions. No girl I cry through, she no see the tan. Dog, we no green like Stallion. Beast never buy a pavilion. Girl like, she brilliant. See them a try stop me vision.
DJ Fancy Block, give them a musical shock and a musical attack designers are representing.
Dash for your friend like shot. Boot, feed them tap that me had. For no joke. Blaze with dark up in her. So, nobody get my cross up in ya. Beg Jah for guide my path up in ya. Because every ghetto youth have dreams. A big house of a building and the scheme. No bad mind if I see me look clean. Work hard every day for my cheese. Work hard every day for my dreams. A big house of a building and the scheme. No bad mind if I see me look clean. Work hard every day for my cheese, yeah. My go so hard, my go so hard. Rich life and success, and me I look for them. Any obstacle I touch, I just put. Them try to stop my greatness, but I look at them. Them always tell my dogs to tell me what's a friend. You me not pretend, family me calling them. Loyalty has surround me like an oxygen. To fake friend I real Charles coming and see them dreams.
Welcome back, of course. I would like to also acknowledge all our listeners, viewers on Facebook. My name is Fonz Black, and I'm talking to reggae artist Kev Kush as we place him in the spotlight to reveal the story behind his big story. Just a few, you heard the title track in the background called Dreams. Welcome back again, Kev Kush. Now, I personally love that song. I can identify with it, I can relate to it, and I'm feeling the vibes, the energy. So, talk to us about that song, the genesis. Take us back.
Yeah, Dreams. Yeah. Definitely one of my favorite songs also. Alright. It's produced by Rush Records and Greenlee Records, right? My bros that were living in Jamaica, now living in America, in California at the time. So when I did that song, honestly, I just vibes and from the heart. Right? So if you can hear it, if you listen it right through, it's just vibes and love throughout the whole song, right? Because at the end of the day, we all have dreams. It's relatable, right? So a lot of persons can relate to that song, right? A lot of persons have told me that they do relate to the song and love it very much also, you know?
Now, of course, is it something that when you put, because we want to understand as well, is it something that when you put together a song, you actually like putting the energy behind that song because that's what you want your listeners to feel, that sort of energy, that vibes. So
Definitely.
it is a song to motivate people. So I suppose whilst performing that song, even when recording that song in studio, you would have to sort of apply the energy as well.
You're right.
Explain this, talk to us about, I mean, that kind of vibes when in studio, the sort of, how do you give in the energy in studio? What sort of, how do you come up with the energy? Talk to us about
All
that
right.
vibes there.
Well, honestly, we can't go wrong with real nephew, right? So that
Yeah,
helps a lot, get yourself comfortable, get in our vibe. Uh,
yeah.
Me personally, I like when my friends are at the studio with me, right? So that good energy with friends, motivating you to do what you love, right? It gives a push to bring that energy out more, you know? Yeah. So when you really listen back the song, you can know that him sing it with that energy, you can just feel the energy from the song. You get me? Yeah.
Now, how do you apply that in a live performance? Because here it is, you on stage, thousands of people are before you. How do you take control in terms of allowing people to interact with you, take control of your audience?
All right.
Explain it
So
to us.
honestly, I'm a dominant person. I'm an alpha male, So naturally, I'm very commanding. Whenever I'm on stage, so it doesn't even matter if it's 50,000 people or three persons in front of me. Regardless, I'm going to perform with that same energy that I recorded the song with, or even more.
Amazing. Now, the name Kev Kush.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that. How did you come up with that name, Kev Kush?
Well, as I stated earlier, it was from high school days. It all stemmed from Facebook, right? The crew was named Kush Gang, right? So everybody on Facebook used to have their government name, but
Hmm.
everybody wanted to put a swing to it, so I changed mine to Kev Kush because the crew was Kush Gang. So everybody had Kush on the end of their names. But I shortened my Kevon and used Kev Kush. So from then, like people just run with the name naturally. So from the day I changed it, went back to school, that's the name they called me, right? Right up until I started music, I said, all right, everybody already knows me as Kev Kush. Why change it? You know? So I just kept the name Kev Kush, knowing that majority of my friends and who actually know me from being a dancer, skanker, right? Transition into music, knows me now as Kev Kush. So it's it really stemmed from high school days, from Facebook basically.
Amazing. Now, your first performance out there
Yeah,
on stage,
yeah.
what was that energy like? Were you shaking as a leaf or were you quite
Yeah.
confident to take control?
Honestly, all right. So the thing is, I don't even up to this day. Sometimes I might get a little nervous depending on the crowd. But my first performance wasn't a big performance, so all those times I was using those performances as uh practice, right? So I was nervous because at the end of the day, when I started and was doing my first performance, I wasn't an established artist, right? So I know that these people don't know my song, So me I go sing right now and everybody I go just silent and look for me, right? So me I say, all right then, cool. Nevertheless, just go sing and work for your forward. And I did
Mm.
just that, and from then to now I've been doing the same thing. I have been performing like the crowd has no one there, even when there's like 200, 300, 400 people in the crowd, you know. I act like there's just me and a couple people in the crowd I'm interacting with. Yeah, that's my coping mechanism.
Thank you so much for that. At this point, we'll go for another song break. We'll be hearing the song If Them Ask by Kev Kush. And when we come back, the artist will be here again to talk to us about that song. Right here on the UBC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
Get Kush. Yo, 20s. Yeah. If them ask, tell them a push pass. I feel look fast when the bench truck a push pass. Blindfold them it easy to get that load
the
up.
artist DJ.
If them ask, and the world mad pass full of style and craft. And we not take time. Pull it up again. Me, Jama, tell it that. Get push. Yo, 20. If them ask, tell them a push pass. I feel look fast when the bench truck a push pass. Blindfold them it easy to get that load up.
So you a chop, you rest a radio station, them drop, so them flap.
The world mad pass full of style and craft. And we not take time. Millimeter. They must say me too heartless. So me grow up, I'm born in the darkness. Bad mind people, we hate regardless. Full of style, when me do the road carvings. Auntie and them must say me too cool. So me road, but I'm not cool. Every watch I see them right.
Fun so black. What? The
Get
two of them.
push. Yo, 20s.
You're now in tune to
All
Fun So
girls,
Black.
yeah. If them ask, tell them a push pass. I feel look fast when you push pass. Get push.
Look there. I watch
Yo,
it.
20.
Yeah, the fans are back. And the fire is on. Yeah, fire is on. The fire right
Them
now.
ask, tell them a push pass. I feel look fast when the bench truck a push pass. Blindfold them it easy to get that load up it. If them heart at the well mad boss full of style and craft. And we not take that millimeter. They must say me too heartless. So me grow up, I'm born in the darkness. Bad mind people, we hate regardless. Full of style when me do the road carving. Auntie and them must say me too cool. I saw me road, but they're not told. Every watch I see on my time, fully control what your heart said. Wanna see if enough. Father done a supernova when we step the place full of ash. No drop me girl. Strike is like me light a match. Youth have to rise with future bright and them can hold back. A time to take over the game and make the haters flop. Pull up a blue face, 2 case, step with bricks, not 2 piece. Look for them, I read them up power with 2 piece. Not girl can't cheat me for time like shoes lace. Yo, a full time when I know how me at the youth name get to say a big dream. Now stop reach my goal to me in a big league. Man, I hunt for the brick up, cheddar the big cheese. So if them ask, tell them a push pass. I feel look fast when the bench truck a push pass. Blindfold them it easy to get dark. Load up it.
You're in the Fire Zone with Fun So Black on UBC Radio.
Full of style and craft. And we not take that millimeter. We make it.
Today, welcome back. And of course, if you're just joining in, my name is Fonsa Black, right here on the Fire Zone UBC Radio, the sound that binds us together. And I'm talking to reggae artist Kev Kush, and the title track is If Them Ask. What a wonderful song. It's sort of like set the mood for raving, you know what I mean? I was raving and you just box into them style, you feel me, you get me? Mad
Yeah,
thing. Now, I like the energy, you feel me? I really like the energy, you feel me? So, you know what I mean? Talk to us, you know what I mean, Kev Kush, you know what I mean? About, you know what I mean? How did you come up with that energy, that vibes, you know what I mean? With that song there, you get me?
well, as I told them, the song itself, the song itself is featured by Quada, you know, Quada Wellbad. All right, he's a very good friend of mine. But just a special shout out to Blair Mercer, which is the producer of the track, right? Also my manager at the moment. So it's a good look. The energy for the song, honestly, it was just vibes as usual, right? Just vibes as usual. The song was recorded twice. When I say twice, is that I recorded my part first because Quada wasn't available to do his part at the time that I was ready. But then we linked up at the studio and I gave him the vocals and then he did his part at his studio. right? And it came out so perfect. You thought that we were in the same studio recording the song at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was just vibes, energy, good people, good vibes, good energy. That was it. Definitely.
Lovely. Now, one of the things that's always quite important to us right here on the Fiery Zone is to acknowledge the importance of the sound system coming from the island of Jamaica. And as
Right.
a reggae artist, we would like to understand your experience on a sound system from Jamaica and what sound system means to you as an artist. So, talk to us about your experience on sound system and what did it do to help develop your musical career.
All right. So when you say sound systems, could you elaborate like actual sounds like Alaska sound and those type of sound systems?
Definitely. Yes.
Okay. So uh it's perfect. Nothing to me than performing on a good sound with good quality. All right. Sounds sound systems really play a big part in the industry because if you can't hear quality music while listening, right? Because we recorded the song on the quality, so we want to hear the good quality that we recorded the song in. Am I right? So also you have some sound systems in Jamaica at the moment which sometimes get on artist nerves because it's like if you're to perform on their sound system is either the mic is giving problem or the sound system has a little buffering or shortage. You can't really hear the artist, all right? But things like that. But sound systems play a big part in the role of reggae music and dancehall.
Now, through your journey performing on those sound system, how would you say that it has benefited you in terms of help developing your art, your craft as an artist?
Well, as I stated, Fonso, I use everything as practice, right? So the more I perform, whether on a sound system or a big stage show, it works out for me because that is just me gaining practice for the bigger world, right? Because at the end of the day, it don't stop here, right? We're working towards something bigger, but while we're here, we're still putting in the good work. So it just it benefit me by giving me practice, just to say.
And again, for the benefit of our listeners, how would you best describe, whilst performing on that sound system, the behavior of the people participating on the performance?
Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, it's an elated feeling to see the crowd, just the reaction of the crowd to your song, right? Knowing that you thought about this and now you're singing it for complete strangers and they are loving your sound and energy. So it's a elated feeling. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. That's all I can say. Yeah,
Listeners, I love that. I love his description there. Crazy. So, guys, we urge you out there to experience sound system if you ever visit Jamaica.
yeah,
How important it is as an artist in terms of the lyrics that we hear coming from your song? Uh, is it like for you? What would you say to listeners? Is it something that you really don't care as to what you sing out there to the people, or you are mindful of the lyrics that you send out there, particularly among the younger generation?
yeah. Well, honestly, I am. I am mindful. Uh, the mentality of not caring what you sing, I don't think that really works in music. So you have to be mindful because at the end of the day, when I record a song, I always think that mommy might listen this, daddy might listen this to, which they always do. So I'm always mindful of what I actually sing and how I actually bring across certain stuff. Right. So normally I'd limit the amount of curse words I use in a song, right? And so forth. Certain topics, I don't sing about certain topics just because, younger siblings and the elderly. listen to me also. So I have to be mindful.
Kev Kush, where do you see reggae music now, and where do you hope to see it 5 years from now?
Honestly, right now, reggae music, reggae dancehall music for me right now, hmm, it's not where it should be yet. However, I think that the different artists in the industry are putting in a lot of work to get it where it should be. All right. I think it can be bigger than how it is, but it just needs some more work and unity. Never forget the unity because a lot of people don't use the unity, and the unity is what helps, to push the industry further.
On that note, what advice would you give to younger artists wanting to become a star in terms of allowing them to remain grounded and not going astray, not allowing the influence of negativity to overpower them? What would you say to them, Kev Kush?
Well, first thing first, young artists, all you have to do is believe, you know, believe in your craft, right? Believe in your talent and believe that you can go further. Yes, me. So, as a true believer, all I can say is stay focused, push forward, practice, record a lot of songs, right? And don't forget to market yourself always. Marketing, if you don't know how to market yourself, research it and help yourself. Just market some other people can see because all it takes is just the right ears or the right eyes seeing you, and that's it.
And what it is that you always try to convey to the masses out there through your music.
Positiveness, strictly. Positiveness and vibes. Yeah. Positiveness and vibes, strictly.
Lovely. Africa, America, Caribbean by extension. This is the moment that you all have been waiting for, as we now will be placing in the spotlight reggae dancehall artist Kev Kush to give the world an acapella. Go for it.
Get a youth of dreams. A big house of a building of the scheme. No bad mind if you see me look clean. Work hard every day for my dreams. Work hard every day for my dreams. A big house of a building of the scheme. No bad mind if you see me look clean. Work hard every day for my dreams. Yeah. My go start to shame them. Rich life and success, me I look for them. Any obstacle I tussle, I just booping it. Them try to stop my greatness, but I rookie them. Them always feel my dogs to tell me what's a friend. You may not pretend, family my car. Gas around we like oxygen. To fake when I real Charles, cause we not see them dreams. A big house of a building at the scheme. No bad mind if you see me look clean.
You know, it's
Work
Aisha Known
hard every
representing
day.
for Fanta Black on
Work
UVC
hard every
Radio.
day. Dreams, a big house of a building at the scheme. No bad mind if you see me look clean. Work hard every day for me. Yo, fans are black. Dog, we are chase millions. Top speed bring couple billions. Dog, we are lead them a billion. Yo, girl, I cry too, she not see the done. Dog, we not green like skeleton. Beast never buy a pavilion. Girl, give me, yes, she brilliant. Them a try stop me vision. No where big Benz we a push. Look, white color, on the Mac book. That's straight friend like shot. Put a thing. Pants are black. Tell
That's
them
what I'm talking about, people. And when you hear talent, you know it already. Your
believe.
full there is all about Kev Kush in the spotlight, giving us an acapella. I tell you, he's talented, people. Don't forget to check him out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. He's burning the streets of Jamaica as we speak to you. And wherever you are in the UK, of course, get your devices now. It's all about Kev Kush. Now, if there is a promoter out there who just heard this performance and who are anxious to place you on stage, what is the best contact to get you out?
All right, so if you're reaching out if you want to check check out Kev Kush as an artist or you're reaching out as a promoter, all you have to do is you can check my Instagram out, Kev Kush Music, just Kev Kush Music. On every single platform, it's Kev Kush Music. You can also hit up my manager at B Mercer Music on Instagram. All right. Whenever you check out the Instagram, you'll see the bio. All right. So I urge you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kev Kush Viva. All right. And you can check me out on all streaming platforms. Definitely.
Lovely. As you saying, of course, persons out there, if they want to hear more music coming from you, you are basically on all social platform, isn't it? Is it the same name on all social platform? Explain.
All,
Tell
yeah,
us.
Kev Music, definitely.
And of course, what is the next big project that Kev Kush is working on currently that your fans could expect coming from you in the
All right,
nearby future?
all right. So actually I just released a song 3 days ago called Powerful. Right. That's my latest song at the moment that I'm promoting. Produced by Collect the Bread Entertainment. So yeah, that's the most recent one. We have some tracks coming up for Rush Records, for Blair Mercer, right? YG Insane Music. So we have a lot of work coming. Um, I'm going to the studio this Saturday. I'm supposed to be having a dub session this Saturday, so selectors can reach out if they want any dubs and so forth. But I will be recording some songs this Saturday to get them out there for the listeners' ears.
Kev Kush, it has been a pleasure talking to you, placing you in the spotlight as you reveal the story behind your big story to help understand the culture of reggae music coming from Jamaica. Just before we come to an end of this interview, is there any last word or messages you would like to send out there to your fans? And
Uh,
is there any shout out?
all right, no problem. I can definitely do some shout outs. First of all, Nuevo, Donny Park, that's where I reign from. So, Zeddy, big up yourself, MJ, Tio, Shatta D, Jaja, big up yourself, you see me? Big up all Nuevo, you see me? Now left them out, Chemo Star, everybody, Brian, D3, everybody, just big up on yourself, the whole team Kev Kush, from your support, don't stop support, you see me? Straight, Prembokal, same way, yeah.
And is there any last messages you want to send out there to your fans?
Stay up, stay safe, and just believe.
Kush Cash. Kev Cash, sorry. Thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity to place you in the spotlight. It was very interesting talking to you. And of course, from UVC Radio, we wish you all the best in your musical career.
Yeah,
Thanks
man.
so much again for passing through. It's
Yeah,
been a
man.
pleasure.
Big up, big up. That is it.
Big up yourself.
Yeah.